When it comes to touring southeastern Queensland, your adventure generally comes in two main flavours, surf or turf. And if your tastes lean to the inland, the Lamington National Park is about 85 kilometres southwest from the Gold Coast. The park is part of the Gondwana Rainforests of Australia World Heritage Area, the most extensive subtropical rainforest in the world. Spread out across 20,000 hectares, this place is without doubt living evidence of the power of conservation. In 2015, this national park celebrates 100 years of conservation. It's renowned for developing conservation practices, and the vegetation here has remained virtually unchanged for possibly millions of years. Many of the plants found here aren't found anywhere else on the planet. It's an extraordinary slice of environment. If you're a keen bushwalker and don't mind camping, Lamington has over 160 kilometres of bushwalking trail and walk-in campsites open between February and November. But if you prefer your creature comforts, O'Reilly's Family Guesthouse was established in the area in the 1920s. And with 35 years of intimate knowledge of this subtropical environment, a one-on-one bushwalk with Glenn Trelfo is a truly revealing window into the day-to-day lives of the forest's unique wildlife. What amazing colouring he's got.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, look, blue. He's got red between the joints. There's these large nippers. He'd love to get those nippers on him if he could. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, there's no camouflaging going on there, which means that, well, he doesn't really have predators.
In the water, there are no predators here.
Our first find for the day is the Lamington spiny crayfish.
They're in wet weather. They'll go walkabout. Really? Yeah, they'll go right up into the hills. Yeah. You'll find them sometimes half a kilometre or so away from water.
And if you do cross paths with one of these blue meanies, be warned, because they tend to make quite the fuss, aggressively waving their claws back over their head and hissing audibly. Be it mammal, reptile, fish or frog, if you look long and hard enough, Lamington National Park will not disappoint. But if your particular love of wildlife leans to the avian variety, then you will understand when I say that this park is a twitcher's, or bird lover's, nirvana. They're coming to you.
They are. They know my voice over the years.
That's incredible. And Glenn, it seems, has a touch of the twitch himself, or at least these two little scrub wrens think he does.
Hold your hand out. Here, watch this.
Got some bush nuts here.
Yeah.
What are these?
Yellow-throated scrub wrens. They've lost their fear of us. I've been doing this for years with this pair of birds. This robin is about to come, look.
Glenn's relationship with these little birds is pretty special. So much so, he has spent years developing his foolproof bird call to attract them. How do you get the whip bird in?
Well, I've got to call him. Okay. Whippy! His territory is right around this area.
Well, that's it?
Whippy!
That's
Whippy!
the call.
He knows his name. Whippy! Whippy. Now this is the only whip bird known in Australia to come to anyone's hand.
Really?
They are timid and they hide in the bush. And it took 3 years to gain his confidence.
The eastern whipbird can be found from Victoria all the way up to central Queensland, and touchingly, once they have found a partner, they bond for life.
He lost his wife.
How?
Well, we don't know. Could have been a hawk or a feral cat or something. But he was on his own for 3 years after that, everyone feeling sorry for him. And one day we see him with this young teenage girl, you know.
A young one?
Yeah. She hadn't even fully coloured up, but he must have promised her international park holidays, the whole works. But they settled down, and they've raised 3 lots of twins, over the last couple of years. Oh, look at that.
But of all our encounters today, I have to say I'm most partial to these little robins. Small little bundles of charm at home in the vast Lamington wilds. With almost 23,000 square kilometres of stunning scenery to discover, you'll want the freedom of a campervan to tour Queensland's scenic southeast, and and it's bound to be an experience of a lifetime. And as the sun sets on another day's driving, a little planning always goes a long way. My top 5 campervan travel tips. Number 1, embrace minimalism. Only pack the essentials. There's no point in swimming about in a van full of gear you're never going to use. Number 2, embrace the campground. The very reason you've got a campervan is because you're looking for your own slice of paradise. But the campground is where you can learn about new places to go, shortcuts, road conditions. And number 3, don't forget the medicine kit. You're bound to have a dusty morning after a long night of storytelling, so don't forget the Barocca and the Panadol. Number 4, do the speed limit. Nothing eats into the holiday budget faster than speeding fines. You'll also save on fuel if you go slower. And number 5, be prepared. Always take extra water. You never know when extra water could be the difference between a funny holiday yarn and something more serious. Coming up next, we return to Lady Elliot Island as its tiny turtle hatchlings begin their incredible journey.